guys, so today's story that I have picked to read is The Magic Boat, and it goes like this. A little boy named Chang, a name which means honest, lived with his mother and his white cat. He spent each day cutting firewood for his mother. One day, he saw an old man fall from a single log into the river. Chang rushed to save the old man. The old man was really impressed with Chang's courage and selfishness, so he gave him a small dragon boat. When the old man said, grow bigger, may you be brave like the wind and the water," the boat turned into a large vessel. When he said, grow smaller, you may be a toy again," the boat became a toy again. The old man left Chang with the toy boat and told him that if he ever needed help, he was to call to the east. Grandfather, the old man disappeared. Soon, the rains came. It rained for 10 days and 10 nights. The water began to rise. So, Chang brought out his toy boat, and speaking the magic words, turned it into a mighty vessel that he, his mother, and his cat boarded. As they sailed on the rising sea, they spied an ant, a bee, and a crane that were drowning. They rescued each of them, and once aboard the boat, they began to help row and steer the boat. They spied a man struggling in the water, and they rescued him too. His name was Yang, which means tricky. Once aboard the boat, he refused to help. He stretched out on a deck and gave orders to the others, but not once did he do anything to help. Once the rain stopped and the water receded, Chang returned to his village, and saying the magic words, Chang changed the boat into a toy again. Ying saw this and he wanted the magic boat. Chang set about rebuilding his house that had been destroyed in the flood. His mother, the cat, and the animals they rescued helped Chang. Ying did nothing but give orders, like he did on the boat. One day he suggested that Chang give him the magic boat so that he could give it to the emperor, who would give you a lot of money for it, which would help Chang rebuild the house. Well, being the trusting person that Chang was, he gave the boat to Ying. Time passed and Ying had not returned. Chang went in search of Ying and the boat. He searched for days. One day he heard a large procession coming, and the announcement that came that the Prime Minister was approaching. The Prime Minister was none other than Ying. Chang was furious at Ying for stealing his boat, and Ying was a fearful man of Chang, knowing he had cheated him. Chang was arrested by the order of Mr. Ying. When Chang did not return home, the animals went searching for him. They found him angry, dirty, and bruised. They returned home with him and restored him to health. They decided to return to the emperor and tell him their story. But first, they had to find a way to enter the palace. Word was that the emperor's daughter was ill, and anyone who could cure her would be given one wish. Chang disguised himself as a doctor and went into the palace. Chang was taken before their emperor. Seated next to him was Ying, who recognized Chang and wanted him arrested. The emperor was anxious to find a cure for his daughter and decided to allow Chang with the opportunity to cure her. Chang pulled out his little red bag of magic medicine and cured her. The emperor was very happy and gave Chang one wish. His wish was for the return of the magic boat. But the emperor was very reluctant. Ying and the emperor decided to trick Chang. If Chang could select the princess from her 7 maids when they were all disguised, then he could have the boat. The princess and her maids were brought before Chang. The queen bee buzzed around the head of the princess, so he made the right decision. The emperor again refused to give the boat back. The emperor told Chang that he had to prove that it belonged to him. Chang remembered the words that the old man had told him to call to the east. "Grandfather, grandfather!" And the old man appeared, riding in a golden phoenix, and told the emperor that he had given the boat to Chang. The emperor and Ying refused again. Oh my goodness, he's never going to get the boat back. The animals then began to chant. The animals that the old man came with, and then the rest of the animals that were in the palace. Turn Ying into an old gray wolf, and the emperor into a big wild pig. And the old man did. Chang retrieved his boat and returned home with his friends. He used the boat to help others in times of need and bring joy in times of peace.